Started off. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. This is John Crane. I am the AssetWorks Fleet Focus Account Manager, and we invited our current customers to attend this Enterprise Asset Management introduction. So we appreciate everybody taking the time to join us today. Just a little housekeeping. As Rick said, this is going to be recorded. And there is a question and answers at the end, but if you would like to submit a question, there is a section to the right of the screen where you can type a question, and we'll make sure we address those at the very end. I also want to introduce my counterpart, Mr. Barry Grimes. If you want to start the slides, Barry. He's our National Account Executive for our EAM, or Enterprise Asset Management Solution. So, Barry, it's yours. Take it away.
Okay, thank you, John. As you said, I'm Barry Grimes, and I'm the East Coast rep for our AssetWorks EAM team. Just want to start with a little bit of basics. I know most of you guys, all you guys know this stuff, but as you know, we make technology that manages complex assets and also infrastructure. We've been doing this for a long time, over 35 years. And we have more than 4 million vehicles and 10 million equipment assets under management. Our mission is simple. It's to provide innovative and practical solutions to help our customers and the people that they serve. Our current customer base kind of looks like this. We have over 550 customers, over 225 cities and counties like you guys. We got 9 of the top 10 U.S. cities. Also have transit agencies, utility companies, states, private fleets, and so on. We have a very experienced staff, as most of you guys know. Many of us have been at AssetWorks for over a decade, and some over 30 years. We've walked a mile in your shoes. Several of us have been leaders like you guys are for your cities and counties. Now to actually why we are here. You guys are currently use Fleet Focus to manage your fleet and vehicle assets. Want to ask you guys now to take a moment to consider how many assets exist within your city or county that also need to be managed. Talking about assets like bridges, your pavement, your signs, plumbing fixtures, roofing systems, storm facilities, culverts, pumps, facility lighting, flood walls, HVAC, trees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's really too many to list out there. Now, if you can imagine, your existing software can manage all of those assets, not just your fleet assets. That brings us to AssetWorks Enterprise Asset Management System. So our software was built to manage infrastructure and operational assets like parks, bridges, roads, and pipelines, and our software offers a seamless integration with Esri. AssetWorks Enterprise Asset Management Software is designed to manage all of your city or county's assets in one integrated system. We help turn your data into actionable information. We offer complete asset lifecycle management and robust service requests, work order scheduling, and calendar functionalities. One of the key differentiators between fleet and EAM is that currently your assets come to you. At some point, you know, one of your trucks or skids come in and you guys maintain it there. With EAM, you guys have to go out to those assets, to those signs, to those lights, to those bridges, and work on them there. EAM takes advantage of mapping and GIS to help you manage all of those other assets. And we have a robust asset management portal that allows you to manage any asset. So a little bit about the system, which you guys are currently familiar with. It's a web client, so it's real time. It can be used on a desktop, laptop, tablet, or phone. We offer mobile solutions, which allows you to work in a connected or disconnected environment, which is kind of different. If you're like in a shop, you're mostly connected, I would assume, but when you're out there in the field, you go into some areas or you go down in a sewer system and you're not connected, you're able to do all your work, and as you get back to connectivity, everything is able to store and work and move forward once you connect. So all the work you did, all the stuff that you put in there updates as it connects. This is kind of a look at our asset management portal. As I said before, it's configurable, enables the administrator to find any number of different assets, categories including points, linear, and polygonal assets. So they can be molded as a point and can be located both spatially and along your road network. Any number of attachments can be added and associated to that. It can be a document, a photo, or a video. This is a screenshot, shows point assets, how they would be viewed on a map, kind of zoomed in. This would be your linear assets, how they would look. That'd be your roads, your bridges, stuff of that nature. And as you can see on the left, you can view work orders, service requests, and all the assets along any linear asset. And last but not least, your polygonal assets. That's going to be your parks, your lakes, rivers, stuff of that nature that wouldn't necessarily be a point or a line. You would draw shape around it, and you can manage those assets as well. Another cool thing about the EAM asset management system is it offers unlimited hierarchical relationships. People are like, you know, what does that mean? What it means is basically you can have asset categories that can be created with hierarchical assets and components, relationships that enable each individual to be molded in the system accordingly. So if you look at this, you see you got City Hall, which is a building, and within that building you have floors, and on those floors you have rooms, and then in those rooms you have pieces of equipment, whether it's a table, chair, projector, whatever you guys would want to manage, and you can manage it as the whole building or drill down into whatever subcategory in that building you guys would want to manage. We also offer a citizen engagement app. So that's a 311 mobile app for your citizens. They're able to report issues like potholes and damaged signs, and it uses smartphone or tablet technology. As you can see in the screenshot there, shows how a user is prompted to enter the required information, and it includes an ability to attach a document or an image to request for easy identification. So they basically put in what the issue is, where the issue is, and they can take a picture of it. And they can also put their own information in so that once the work is done, they can be alerted that the work is done. Talking about work order management, it's user specific. So whether you're a supervisor or someone out there in the field doing work, what you see is, if you're a supervisor, you would see all the people that are under you and what work they have to do. If you're a worker, you see all of your work in front of you for the day or week or whatever interval you give them the work to handle. You can work from the database or the map. They get notifications. It's attached to project planning. It's tied directly to inventory. So if someone needs a part, they go get the part that comes out immediately. It's in real time, and it gives you the ability to capture labor hours. So if you have a payroll system, you can link it to EAM system, and you can capture real-time labor, what's going to cost, overtime, etc. This is a screenshot of from the map view. What you would see, those red dots there are what would need to be worked on, and then you can see in the work order. And the other one, you're able to get parts, what equipment you use, timesheets, all the stuff you would need if you're doing work. And AssetWorks EAM is a fully integrated work management solution that enables work requirements to be identified, scheduled, issued, and completed. This includes the ability to track costs against all of work in terms of internal and external commercial labor and materials and equipment. So if you guys even have folks that you guys pay to come out, a contract to come out and do the work, you can give them access to the system, and they can go in and charge their rates for the job that they're doing. You can capture that as well. We also offer a reporting module. It's a powerful business intelligence tool. I offer over 200 standard out-of-the-box reports, ad hoc reports as well. And it allows you to analyze trends and data. We also utilize crystal reports. There is a license that's built right into it and allows easy access to subsets in the database and access to reporting on multiple levels. This is a screenshot of some of the reports you can do. You got asset locations, age-based probability of failure. As I said, AssetWorks has embedded the Crystal Reports Viewer into the EAM solution. 200 out-of-the-box reports. Also, an ad hoc reporting tool allows you to build and create any report you would want for any data that you guys have in the system. The output of the reports can be dynamically embedded into your portals to display relevant information in real time to any of the workers that are out there in the field working, or anyone within the organization, any higher-ups as well. Also offer performance measures and monitors. It's real-time access to the database, easy to interpret out-of-the-box gauges and charts. It measures ratios of key data points and can be used to measure labor hours, work order types, parts, costs, etc. And this is a screenshot of what those gadgets would look like. It allows you to display data in configurable dashboard formats for instant decision support. So if you're up where I'm at in the winter, where we have a lot of snow and you have to order salt, you know how many tons of salt you guys have on hand, and if you get to a point where you need to order more, you can have a gadget or something like that. Asset performance. It gives you the ability to analyze current and predict future asset performance, compares performance to user-defined condition indexes, which means you guys would put in what you guys think based on past performance, how an asset would perform. Call it an HVAC system. Let's say you guys have a system and it usually runs for, 10 years. You would put that in there, and then you would test it against points along the way and see if it's underperforming or overperforming past assets. And allows you to make objective decisions on what to do with those assets. This is kind of a chart of that. As you can see, based on that graph, you could say that this asset, this fuel pump, is overperforming what they would have expected. So you would, from that, say, you would say that this pump is probably going to last a little bit longer than that, and you would push out when you would need to replace that pump and take it out of service. We also offer a capital planning module that allows management of multiple capital plans. You can manage all the way down to details of work orders, to work projects, and your capital projects. We offer budgeting, approval, scheduling, goal definitions, and tracking, and track and apply your funding. So where that's coming from and what it's being used for. This kind of shows you what it looks like. And so what this allows you guys to do is to manage multiple capital plans and their hierarchical relationships. So from an individual work order up to a work project, rolling into one or more capital projects. And then the line items within the capital plan, and those final capital plans can roll all the way up to your to the main entity's capital budget. And like I said, that would allow you to do utilize scheduling and calendars. You can document and file attachments. You can use the graphs and charts, budget, and you can use budgeting by your defined phases. So if you're building a bridge, all starting from when you guys get the money allocated all the way through the bridge being completed, all the work that needs to be done, for all the time, labor, and materials that need to be used, you can track that all the way in the system. And all that will roll up into the capital projects. And the capital project portal allows you to organize and create capital project tracking, budget, funding sources, allocations, comparisons of actual costs and what you guys plan, so you guys can see if you guys are under budget or over budget, under time, over time. And it includes more extensive features that revolve around risk and likelihood of occurrences and impact that coordinate with work and departments. And another thing that I'm sure you guys know, we have this powerful thing called MaxQ that allows you to integrate with many of our partners out there and many of the people that you guys use to do your job, whether it's a 311 system, Esri, Gasboy, Napa, whoever that is currently, and we're able to build more using that powerful technology. Some more benefits of the AssetWorks system, or to go over those again. It's a flexible database for all point, linear, and polygonal assets. We offer robust work order functionality. When we're in the process, if you guys would use us, as you know, we come out there with our services team, and they help you guys figure out what best practice workflows are, do all the data integration. One of the key points is a single system to manage all your assets. You already use us for fleet, so you're familiar with the software and how to use it. So now it's just adding more assets to it. The learning curve is very, very small, and you're just adding more assets to it and building out more workflows and PMs in the system. This ties into the ease of use. It's highly configurable, and you have an ability to integrate with other software solutions easily. Does anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you, Barry. At this time, we'll be unmuting the lines for everybody. So if you do happen to be in an area with noise in the background, just be sure to put yourself on mute. And we will go ahead and do that right now. So ask away. Does anybody have any questions? So to perhaps get the ball rolling on our Q&A here, Barry, we did have a couple questions come through via the IM tool. Perhaps the customer was not able to stay for the duration, but one of the customers had asked if AssetWorks EAM integrates with 311 systems like, let's see, C-Click Fix.
Yeah, so like I said, we do, utilizing MaxQ, we can integrate with all those 311 systems. A lot of people have those relationships currently in place. They're doing something like it, whether it's from their website where they have a tab or someone can click on. It's just building out that that integration and that landing page for them to use within the mobile devices instead of it being on their actual external facing website.
Okay, are there any other questions?
I had a question. This is Tony from Kissimmee. I noticed that Tyler Systems was one of the systems that you listed as an integration partner. Which application was that? Do you know if you've integrated with Munis?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions from the group? Looks like we did just have another one come through IM, but I'll open up to the group first. Okay, so one of the other customers was interested to know, Barry, is an Esri license required to utilize the AssetWorks EAM system?
No, it is not. We like to say that we are GIS agnostic, so whatever system that they currently have, we can integrate with. Now, we do have an integration with Esri. We're not built on top of Esri, so you don't have to have Esri, but if you do have them, we have a two-way communication device between where you can enter data into AssetWorks EAM system and it pushes over to Esri, or vice versa. You can, and most people have their GIS person as a barrier in place so they don't want to mess up that data. So usually when this stuff is entered in this GIS base, the GIS person has to approve it before it gets published. But yes, you do. So no, you don't have to have Esri, but if you do, we do integrate with them, and whoever else you have will integrate with them as well.
And then just on top of that, Barry, I know that we do have customers that do not have any type of solution for mapping, and they're just using the application without using a mapping solution.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Barry and John. Are there any other questions from the group? Looks like we just had another come through IM. If you guys wouldn't mind, how is it priced, and is it per facility or per component?
Price is usually based on population, and then there's the different portals that I kind of highlighted. There's a base price, and then there's a percentage on top of that base price that would be added on for which portals you guys would want to use. Some people, want the whole system. Some people just want to manage assets and utilize GIS features and don't want to do capital planning in there. So it's based on population of the area, and then on top of that, which portals you guys would want. If somebody wanted to see a demo to kind of see what every portal really offers, how robust it is, and then make a decision based on that, you guys have my email and John's email there. Feel free to reach out to one of us, and we can set something up.
All right, thank you, Barry. Do we have any more questions at this time from the group? All right, well, on that note then, Barry, John, and the rest of the team here will stick around for just another second in case any other last-minute questions do come through. Otherwise, you're free to go. Thanks for joining us today. And as Barry had mentioned and John had mentioned at the top of the presentation, we will send out the recording for this, so feel free to share with your colleagues and get back to us with any questions. We should have that out sometime tomorrow afternoon, and we look forward to having you with us next time. Thanks again.